Here's a follow-up discussion we had in the live room about alternative ways to use the RSI. If you haven't done so already, make sure you check out part 1 before watching this video. Diving down into previous level of structure. Interesting one for a reversal. RSI massively oversold, starting to hook back below. That's a is Bud still in here? Yeah, Bud. Speaking of the RSI, that's another thing. I haven't looked at it much with the RSI, but I use it a lot with the stochastics. Instead of, I guess, for confirmation of the reversal, and even with I've experimented with entry signals like this on the stochastics, which is similar but not the same. Looking for the cross back above the line, or above or below, depending on the situation. Right? So let's just look at our last two kind of overbought and oversoldnesses right here. Let's go to kind of a replay mode. And again, this is all still taken into account. Like, we're assuming we're at a level we're expecting a reversal. We're not just trading every hook. But let's take a look at these right here where we have the RSI. Where's my deal here? We have the RSI. Let's start with this one. We'll look at the last three. And again, we're not doing the full analysis here, but the last one we'll give it. But let's just assume we're at a level we want to look at. RSI goes. Did we go oversold here? 20. No, we didn't go oversold. Never mind. It's not going to work. No. Yeah, there we go. Oversold, right? So instead of using the oversoldness as like an indicator to buy or sell, which I'm not saying you did, but we talked about some people do that. If it's at a level that you anticipate, look for that hook above. Or even a situation like this where you have two positive candles. Again, now this situation we're below structure, but pretend we're at a structure level we care about. You have two positive candles, right? You have a rejection candle, you have an indecision candle, and then you have a higher high, higher close, paired with the RSI dipping from that oversold back to that overbought category. That's something that I've looked into it again with the stochastics, but something you can definitely look into for either confirmation or even an entry signal in its own right. Let's look at the next one real quick as we go through. So here was our oversoldness on this red candle. And then we went back above on this doji candle. So not a great looking candle for entries, right? So maybe you put in the qualifier where it needs to be a strong bullish candle. But same thing, hooking back from the overextended period back to normal. Something you can consider for entries. Here's another one, overbought right here. And then we hooked back below. Excuse me, gotta wipe the eyes. Itchy eyes. We went back below on this red candle right there. That happens to also be a lower low, lower close. Maybe that's an entry reason or something that is an added point to your CTS score or something like that. So again, looking at, we spoke about earlier, alternative ways to use the indicator. Alternative ways where the overbought, oversold, the extension is kind of the signal that says, hey, be on alert for a relief, but your actual trigger to get into the trade, right, is not now, not during all of this consolidative junk, but you wait until we cross back above, and then that's your confirmation piece for your entry. And then again, it could be just that, it could be that tied in with a specific candlestick or candlestick formation. But that's an alternative way to use the RSI as well. I've experimented with that with the stochastics where the D crossing the K and stuff like that, or K crossing the D of the stochastics, along with it going from whatever it's called on a stochastics, not overbought, oversold, but the extreme periods. So indicators are fun if you use them in different ways. Any of you guys ever use it that way? Looking for hooks? Looking for hooks instead of just the first signal? Yeah. And again, it's simple stuff like that where it's like, and again, you can do that with the zones as well, where you go back with the RSI zones, but it's simple simple stuff like that is just alternative ways to use indicators, and that just follows up on kind of what we spoke about. Earlier in the day. So have fun, experiment with them. Hope you guys enjoyed the discussion. If you'd like more trading related discussions, make sure you check out my podcast. It's called the Trading Coach Podcast, released 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on your favorite podcasting app.